Hi there, I'm Allie Elliott.
Hi, I'm Allie Elliott. Welcome to the stream today. Hey, we've already got Flavio and Lobase here. It's a good day. Can you guys hear me okay? This is a new microphone, and I'm testing it out, which is why I didn't stream on Wednesday, because it was dramatic. So if you can't hear me, tell me, and I'll just switch to... What? Okay, let me check and see if... Okay. Can't. Oh no! Okay, dang. Alright, well let me just... Okay, what if I do this? I'll try one more thing. Can you hear me now or no? Okay, if you can't hear me with... Whoops. I'll just turn off the microphone altogether. Okay, hold on. I'm like screaming. Okay.
Alright, I'll try that. Is that better? A little more? Oh, I guess I am gonna have to scream. Man, that's frustrating. I don't know what the deal is because it was working perfectly. And then Adobe shut my entire system down. Okay. Okay. I'm pretending like I know what I'm doing here. No, wait. Oh, can you hear me? I switched to the camera.
How about now? Okay. Oh man. Oh, this is frustrating. Check, check, check. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pressing buttons at this point. Oh, really? I'm definitely screaming. It's rare that I hear I'm too quiet. Okay. So should I quit messing with it? I feel like I'm going to make it worse. You're probably okay with me not... It's rare that I say anything terribly pertinent. Okay, I've got a bunch of little bitty things to do today. And, okay, I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. We're going into the red. I'll just keep screaming. I'm going to look at all the other buttons. I got nothing. I've got no idea. Performance mode. That seems... Oh. Well, I had a problem on Monday where, like, the sound just... Okay. Okay, good. We'll take that. I'll just keep screaming. Alright, well, now we can get down to business, because I need to know if you call it soda, pop, cola, or Coke. And then I've got to... So, I waited on this image. This went to competition under Master Artist, and I waited to print it for my client until it had gone through, and it's gone through enough times. I can't see very well though. That I'm ready to print it for her. So, so here we go, and I just have to add tags to this. And then we just did, my little girls helped me take like a real quick shot to do a composite. So just kind of one of the ideas I grabbed out of my Twitch is going to enable me to actually get most of my like notebook thingy done. So that's what's going on today. What's everybody else up to? Reptiles? Are you really at medieval times right now? We're going to need some photographic evidence. That is so fun. You tear into some meat with your bare hands. Oh, I love it. I've only been to medieval times once. And that was with a school trip to Florida. Let's see. No, what am I doing? Not bad at all. Okay, I actually liked that, but everybody's going live at the same time. I love that you're at medieval times. Oh, it's for Mother's Day. That's amazing. Well, tell your mom that Twitch says hi. Collectively. We all do. My kids would go bananas over medieval times. I don't know where the closest one is, though. I think it's probably... I'm not in a tourist area. She doesn't know what Twitch is. No, it's in her DNA. I live in Indiana. So unless you're coming to see Amish people, you're not coming, you might be going through Indiana, but you're not stopping here intentionally. We have Holiday World, which is the closest thing, but I don't think people out of the area come to Holiday World. Santa Claus Land, whatever it's called. I don't actually go there either, but beside the point. I went to the medieval times in Florida. I actually like those being different brightness. That little adjustment. How many are there? Who knew? So is it busy on Mother's Day? Is this a well-known Mother's Day tradition? I want to go to, in case any of my children are listening, I want to go to the men's national team game in Cincinnati, June 1st. That's not even a subtle hint. That's not even a wink. Just flat out telling you. Alright, so that's it. That's all I needed to do to this one. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't print it, because we're going to print for her wall. And I didn't want to print it and then see something that was caught in judging or whatever. So now it's perfect, and she's going to be made into a final piece of artwork. And because 11 or 12, okay, I want to... Oh, that's fun! Myrtle Beach, Baltimore, and Kissimmee. That's probably the closest to Disney. Semi. I'm still screaming. That's just how I'm going to talk now. Forget what I was saying. Probably wasn't important. Okay, so done with that one. I did this composite for 400 soccer players I'm going to photograph tomorrow, and then it already got rained out. So now I'm going to photograph them next week, and it worked out I got really lucky that my Saturday morning. So I have a day off tomorrow. That's unheard of. A day off, from work. Not from the rest of life, but I'll take it. I was like 13 or 14 when we went to medieval times. So obviously I planned on marrying a knight for a couple months after that. It's a hard market. There just aren't that many. All right, what is the name of this video so I can open some more stuff to work on? Okay, so I've got this composite, and then, oh yeah, okay, so I took here's the 1-star picture that I've ever taken, and I'm milking it for all of eternity. So I did a little poll across several different social media platforms the other day on just 4 random ideas that I had. And I have an idea for one with animals and babies, another one with just the title, Someone to Watch Over Me, one called The Silent Ranks, which is a nod to military families, and I've got my Wear Red on Fridays for remembering everyone deployed, and Light Blue Balloon. And Someone to Watch Over Me and Light Blue Balloon got the same number of votes across all of the platforms, but the Light Blue Balloon is an exhibition project that's going to take a fair amount of planning. And I didn't have it in me. So we just did a really quick shot here of Someone to Watch Over Me, and that's what I'm going to work on today. But I am going to do the light, either little blue balloon or light blue balloon. I was leaning towards little, but so here's what I'm looking at, so just so you can see. That might be it. And I might need to photograph a sheet. I promise my kids have beds. They don't sleep on the floor, especially the wooden floor. But 7188. But the light in their bedrooms is obviously dark because it's the bedroom. And I forget where I put this. Let's see. So, what number did I just say? What was that one? 7188. Man, why didn't I photograph a sheet? That was stupid. So, anyway. Okay, I did want to get her hair in different, like, swirly patterns. 7198. So I'm using Pretzel Rocks, and I'm still getting, it's not like a takedown notice or anything, but it's a warning on Facebook, or not on Facebook, on YouTube, that I got flagged, and then I have to mute part of the video, and it's really annoying. So now if I hear a song that I know I've heard before, I get paranoid. we'll keep looking here because I'm gonna back way up on this. Oh, did I have her shoulder or her elbow? Let's see. Kinda, but we could use more of it. It's not. And I thought about doing the little. I like that one. 7210. I did. I have it clicked. That's why I don't know what the deal is. But I've got here. This is how. So this is what it looks like. YouTube safe, and I just like play whatever. And so I don't know if stuff. I did see a like frequently asked question thing that said sometimes the places change, you know, their agreement or whatever. So some stuff that was safe, that was maybe marked safe, isn't anymore. But I mean, it was like 2 days ago. So. Okay. So I'm already feeling like maybe we'll do the moon. Who's here now? Do we want to do the moon or the sleeping child? So this is going to be the start of someone to watch over me, and the other one is going to be a painting. It's kind of an old picture, but I wanted to do something with the stars. And then I have this too. I have this series. And I shot these years ago and haven't ever done anything with them. So it's time. Maybe it's time. I didn't even know I opened that up. It's pretty cool. I don't ever shoot the night sky, and obviously I'm not that good at it. I've done it like twice. I like the yellow better. I do have one. You know what? I'm going to share one cool moon picture because it's part of my Here I series, an exhibition that opened in 2020, and probably the exhibition that I'm most proud of. So I'm going to show it every chance that I get. And I still have the video series on YouTube that I'm working on finishing. I think I have 3 left, but this is from the Here I series, and this is probably the only successful real moon photo I've done, with the exception, maybe, we'll see how it plays out in judging in a couple weeks, of the ladder to the moon that I actually edited on Twitch. So thank you all for your help. But I'm pretty proud of this one. And it's got the only moon I've ever photographed and the only stars I've ever photographed. So that's that. So we could do the moon or we could do this one. And maybe both, actually. I think we'll start with this. Because this is probably straight out of the camera, actually. It doesn't look like it's been color corrected or anything. So we'll do that now because he's very yellow, and obviously newborns tend to be that way. That is very sharp. That's probably sharper than necessary because it's causing... Oh, I like it on the face though. You know what? Let's do it. And then we can reduce the noise. Interesting. That's okay. So this is an old picture. The little guy in this picture, I photographed his family in the fall again, and he is probably 5 or 6. So this is very old. I don't use that backdrop much anymore, but my husband and I painted that, and then my husband made the moon. So good job, babe. All right, so we'll just go ahead. You know what? We'll keep the original just to kind of keep clicking back and forth. Merge those and duplicate. And I kind of like the swirly element with the cloud. I don't know. Maybe I'm selling myself on it. Before, when I've worked with this image, I've taken it out. But what I do want to take out is the little like blue fur or whatever intercepting the moon. I'm sure you know what I was going to say. Because we are going to, as we work on this in a painterly fashion, we are going to kind of create the illusion of it being the moon floating. And so I'm curious, what's everybody up to tonight? Friday night. It's raining off and on. Around here, stuff's already canceled for tomorrow, which it's not like, after the spring, it's not even a surprise. It's just like, yeah, no kidding. Call moon, it's not canceled. We're all pouting a little bit. But we'll get another chance next week. So that'd be alright. Okay, and then I'm going to merge those and just kind of soften this hard line. I'm not going to worry too much about this because, because I'm kind of going to take all that out anyway. So I don't want to do extra work. Okay, merge these. And then I'm undecided about that. I like this one. Plus we can grab that and make some kind of matching clouds. This one I feel like might be a distraction. So let's take care of that now. And there's some like issues on the skin that we can take care of too. Alright. So just want to hold on to that texture right along here. Get rid of that blue. Hey! Oh, have fun tonight, LB. Enjoy your mama. Gnaw on some raw meat. Go get the crown. Be the person they put the crown on. Hi, Atomic. How is everybody tonight? Low base is ditching us for some medieval times. Good. Good night. I'm going to mess with this too much and then it's get all muddled and I'll lose that texture, which is precisely what I wanted in this, but what can you do? There we go. All right. So we'll merge these and then duplicate. And then I learned my lesson Monday on stream. I'll save it, even though I don't know I'm going to need it or want it or whatever. I'm usually pretty good about that, but the one time I'm not, they were ready for me. So I need to know what everybody calls pop. I called everything Coke, regardless of the brand. Everything was Coke to me as a kid. And then at some point, like maybe when we lived in Chicago, it became pop. Now it's pop. Let's see. No, I am going to have to. Here we go. And just soften the edges. There we go. It still feels a little weird, but maybe as we're painting, it'll make a little more sense. Alright, so one thing that I need to do is work on the baby's coloring. He was a little jaundiced, as newborns tend to be. So the blue also makes that white balance really tricky. Definitely lots of... He's just real splotchy all over the place. So, I might just desaturate him a little bit and then brighten him up, and then I can kind of spot tune. You can spot tune his skin a little. Yeah, that's too much. No. Stop that. Alright, so we brightened him up a little bit. We'll go in here and we'll have to get into his feet and maybe some other little patches. I'm not going right to the edge right now, just so that I can... I did a painting of this and entered it in competition 5 or 6 years ago when it was brand new, and did really poorly. But I keep coming back to it. I'm stubborn. And something weird is happening with his toe right there, so we can fix that. It's funny, like, one thing I've noticed, if I have a session that doesn't go well, it doesn't go as planned, or like, this doesn't, I mean, not to toot my own horn, but that doesn't happen very much anymore, and I just totally jinxed myself for the next one to be rough. But if I end up having a session where like just the baby wasn't into it, they just couldn't settle down or whatever, then I will, there's always going to be an image that I'm like absolutely crazy about, because I lower my expectations if things go sideways, and then I talk myself into being mad about, like, mad in a good way, about one of the images, and I just become like in love with it. What's going on with that? Is that an ear? What's happening right here? That's got to be an ear, right? Why is it such a weird color? Gee. If only I could figure out why this didn't do well. We got a wonky toe that I didn't fix. We got some aberration going on the edges. We're gonna fix it all. You know what? I thought this would be a real quick edit, and I can see myself taking it a whole new direction. There's like some color spill. It's kind of a mess. I might actually go into, it's like it got chopped. Like I went full on Van Gogh, and this baby's ear is gone. Can't have that. This was 5 years ago. Let's see. Is that his little ear? Oh, he just has a little tiny bit of his ear poking out. How funny. And I don't know. Huh. Okay, well, that's what it is. So what I'm going to do here is just play into that and kind of add a little more ear so that, you know, you can see what's happening. And I'm gonna be okay using this wet paintbrush because I'm gonna paint this image anyway. Get into the shadows. And then it's just implied right now. We'll fix that later. Whoops. So that'll all be handled. And see, we've got like this gray aberration kind of going on. So I want to clean that up too. And a lot of this stuff could be fixed in painting if I were just patient and got to the painting part. But once I notice it, that's all I see, and it'll bother me. So we saw LB heading to medieval times with his mom. What's everybody else doing this weekend? Big Mother's Day plans, Cracker Barrel. What else? What else do I see busy on Mother's Day? I don't know. I live in a college town, so I feel like, you know, we don't see a lot of Mother's Day action. It's because these kids' moms aren't here. But we're getting close to graduation stuff too, so I've been getting a lot of graduation inquiries happening. Alright. So I definitely need to work on the I'm going to lower the opacity of this. I need to work on defining. The leg is not well defined. The little rolls deserve their highlights and shadows and all that good stuff. So, okay, this might end up being all that I do today because I did not see myself becoming obsessed. But here we are. And I have Corel paint, which I like. I've not worked a ton in it, but I actually heavily prefer the Smudge Tool in Photoshop. Okay, so I'm going to take the baby out from just being a separate layer. And that's where we kind of touched up the color and stuff. The whole image is a little cool. So I needed to get the balance. And that's a little bit better. So I've got a few things that we could try with this. And if there are enough people, we'll just kind of vote and see what direction we want to take this. But right now I want to obsess over it a little bit. So kind of the weird thing that like is probably unnecessary to think about is actually we don't need that either. Let's just duplicate this one. And then we can see how far we've come. Okay, so we're just beginning. But I want to put stars in there, my 1-star picture that I'm continuing to milk. So we'll put stars back there. The weird thing is, what's your light source? Because that's one thing I'll show you. If you're a PPA judge, look away. But I'll show you my entry this year that has a moon that's getting ready to go through judging in a couple weeks. Where is that? So the moon is like, I'm not a science person, okay? I'm an artist. But so it's reflecting light. But in the image, in the case of an image, it would be the light source. So if the baby is laying on the moon, where's the light coming from? Because I always like to have the light source in my image. And like, I'm sure that some people are like, wow, settle down. Like, you've got a baby on a moon. Maybe relax. And you would be right. You would be completely accurate in my overthinking of this. So here is the moon image that I entered this year. That is, the moon's going to look real familiar to you. And so are the stars. But the big difference in this image was adding a shadow, even though my brain couldn't really get around the fact that within the image, the light source was the moon, so there realistically would be no shadow on it. And I couldn't figure out why this picture sucked, and turns out it needed a shadow. So, you know what? I'm going with it. That being said, I would like to have a light source in here. And I thought maybe one of the things we could do is to turn this prop moon into, I could mold a real moon picture into that. So that might be one thing we could do. And then it itself would be the light source. So we would adjust the lighting on the baby. And as I'm saying that, I don't have an alternative. Hey, LB's back. You heard me praising PPA. And you were like, I'm going to put a stop to that. Or it wasn't really praise even. It was just talking about. So anyway, I got myself distracted. So I want to keep working on this baby. Uh-oh. Too many clicks. I messed it up. Now it's going to be mad at me. There we go. Okay, so what I want to do is, nope, not that. Okay. You know what? Let's back out and work on, make sure everything's the same there. And I'm going to dodge and burn a little bit because Congratulations, medieval. I didn't know they had alcohol at medieval times. I guess since I was 13 when I was there, that makes sense. But let's see here. So I'm just gonna give these areas a little extra bump. Oh, it's gonna work for me. And while I'm here, let's fix this toe. A little sticking out toe. That's one of the things that I love about newborns is that if you just let them be, you can totally see how they were comfortable in utero and how they curled up and how they laid. And every baby is different. And I had one little baby that I photographed, and he always had one leg like sticking straight up, like never a bend. Even as a newborn, I swaddle him like I'm a master swaddler, but like one leg would would always be ready. If you appear under 39, well, I have looked old. It used to be cool, but I've always looked older than my age. Not cool anymore. Let's see, did this help or hurt the toe scenario here? Okay, here we go. Okay, so we'll just go in here with the burn tool and kind of give these rolls a little extra attention. I was a waitress in college, and I hated carding people. So just carded everybody all the time. And here's a fun tidbit about that job. Well, not fun is probably the wrong word there, but my manager was arrested for murder, and he came into work right before, like, they arrested him in the parking lot of the restaurant. So that was exciting. I'm just trying to give a little shadow of an edge. They think they'll get in trouble if they don't. I see that. So I'm going to take this brush really small and just give these little, where is it? Where even, oh, there it is. I keep losing my mouse. And give a little more attention to these creases. And then we can go in and give some highlight to these little baby rolls. Give them the attention they deserve. Oh, I never thought about that actually. You have to be 21 to be a police officer? Actually, I'm not sure I knew that. I probably would have guessed that if somebody asked how old you had to be. but okay, so just a little, and his face is pretty well defined. Actually beautifully defined. Good job, me, of 5 years ago. Too bad about the color, that I didn't do so well. His nice round cheeks. That's true. Can you use your badge as ID? Or do you have to show a different ID? I feel like a police officer badge should suffice. I feel like people will argue with that. Although maybe I have too much faith in people. And that's saying a lot. Okay, this has actually a pretty nice definition, but I'm going to go a little bit bigger and then a lower exposure because it doesn't need a ton. Actually, that's not even showing up, so it's a good thing. Okay, we're getting there. This new microphone is like made for a tiny head. Ouch. Alright. So that's before and that's after the little bit of definition. And then I'm going to duplicate again because I'm paranoid. And then I'm going to have some bigger sweeping. Oh, it's on 2%. Good job, Allie. Let's do like 9%. 9%, I don't know why, but 9% for burning is my favorite. Not too much, not too little. A little ankle bump. And then the toes, the feet are looking red. And so is this forearm. So I'll just go right under his chin and his head. His fingers are pretty red too. Oh, and I missed down here. So we'll go a little smaller than that. And since I'm burning, I definitely got into some grays there, but we can clean that up as, you know, we start painting and stuff like that. So we'll go, since we're at 9 now, and just give his little tummy a shadow. Little roll underside there. Okay. Make sure his cheek gets some attention. I love the light on his face, which is probably why I keep being drawn to this old image, even though like I didn't really do it justice. Little baby muscles. All right, so here's kind of an up close. That's a before, that's an after. Just getting a little more definition popped in there. I'm going to duplicate again and save like a lunatic. And work on color, because you can kind of see. I'm colorblind. I'm red-green colorblind. So I have to go by the numbers. And you can kind of see, go down here, and he is, that's not actually as bad as I thought, but he's in the yellow tones. And then this foot, uh-oh, we're in the red. And then we're in the red and orange. That's actually not as bad as I thought, but it definitely still needs some attention. So I'm going to grab like really just his booty and just give it a touch more red. And I'm at 100%. So all I really want to do here, I'm just gonna, we don't need those, is take care of that edge. So I can kind of go right along there. The shadows will blend the colors for me. So we might have to be a little wary of the dark, but that's already got plenty of work to do. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to merge those and then duplicate. And then I'm going to back up so that I can see as a whole what we're thinking. So that was the start. That's straight out the camera basically. Come a long way in 5 years, because I would shoot this totally different, but I do love the lighting on his face. So let's get one little foot, and it's kind of a weird red with like an edge of yellow, kind of gray. There we go. And then I'm going to desaturate it just a teeny bit. Not that much even. There we go. And again, because it's such a delicate edge there, I'm just gonna clean that up with nothing behind it. Okay. So, I have to like loosen this thing. It's super subtle, but it's one of those things, once you notice it, you better fix it. Okay. I like this texture. This is maybe a little square, but we are going to paint this out a little bit. So let's grab, where the stars go, this random stuff there. And that's already a guide image on a different photograph because I only have one. Where'd he go? Hiding. There he is. Okay, so I want to flip this upside down because the light is at the top, which is actually, that's never going to be the case. So maybe, do I want to do that? Oops. Sorry. So now I feel weird about that. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. Let's see here, though. So all of the good stars are going to be obscured So maybe what we want to do is, I'm going to duplicate, nope, I don't want to do that. I want to duplicate. Oh, now we're going to sit here for a minute while it figures out. I overclicked. I'm a serial overclicker. And I'm going to put this over and maybe that makes a little more sense anyway. And then get a little bigger than that. And burn down here where what we had was a little bit darker. And just to make sure we are blending this. It actually looks pretty good. I still have a lot of detail. Nothing is and you know what? I'm going to save this. I want this to be smaller in the frame. So I was hoping that the stars would it's popping. So just kind of, I don't want to drag any more pixels or adjust that way. So this will allow me so let's go up to 100. And blend. I can't see very well. I'm gonna fix the color. I see that. Everybody relax. Okay, so let's just do this. And then let's sharpen like we did. And I'm going to warm it up so that it matches, but I might end up adding some blues back in there. So this is going to be a pain now because I waited until after there was a lot of burning done. Right, I'm going to duplicate this and move it down here. And then merge these together and duplicate that and hide one. And save. And now I can start working just with. I'm going to cancel that and duplicate it again because I want to darken this and then be able to so okay. All right, so I'm going to merge these and duplicate and then save. And then what do we want to do? Let's see about adding, this is experimental, okay, so don't judge me. Let's see about this. Where did it go? There we go. Okay. So okay. So before I go any further, I'm going to sharpen this to ever. This does not look like the sharp one that I had. I used the one that I showed earlier, if you guys were on here. I used, I probably still have it open actually. I do. This one is significantly more sharp. Now granted, it had a lot of work to it, but that doesn't look like the same one. I thought that was the one that I grabbed. Maybe I flipped it. Maybe I just did a better job editing. It's a real possibility. Get that out of the way. So let's, I think I will maybe reduce noise in this one because it's Still a lot of noise. It's fascinating, isn't it? That's one thing, photography-wise, that I would like to learn more about that I've not really, and when I mean more, I mean learn anything about, because I haven't really put any effort into doing anything with it, but I think that would be cool. Alright, so I like that the shadow, if we go this route, the shadow kind of follows in the, oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's flip it like this. And then, did I just flip the whole thing? I didn't. Nope, that's not what I meant. There we go. Okay, let's do this again. No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Okay. Now let's try it. And then, now you can see where the shadow is. That really shows you how lopsided the moon was right here. That's what we want, I think. But now it's in the wrong place. Okay. Save again, hide one, and let's select the subject. This should be pretty straightforward. Popping my fingers, I'm sorry. Can everybody hear me okay? I had mixed reviews at the beginning. A new microphone, and I'm just not real confident that it's working. Okay, so there's an edge that we'll have to deal with, but we could do that. And then let's do this. I need some sun on. Let's see. You know what? That's not right either. Here, let's do this. Just there. And then we'll do a magnetic lasso. And perfect. It's exactly what I envisioned. Just gotta see it through. And like I said, this is experimental. Okay, so I'm going to select the inverse here, and nope, I'm erasing the wrong layer. Not going to do that. And switch to my stylus. I guess that didn't line up exactly right, so I'll take that. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm sure I have before. It does not matter. I will duplicate all day, every day. So small. Okay. And then I'm going to duplicate and hide one. And then we'll do a little work here. So I just want to burn down kind of the edges. And burn down under him. That actually worked out. It still honestly looks pink. But we can smooth this out. And then let's dodge. Whoops. It's a much bigger. I kind of am wishing now we had gone with the cooler moon, like as in cooler colors. Flavio! Okay, yes, thank you. I'm glad that you can hear me. I'm frustrated that I thought it was just going to be the microphone, so I rushed one and no dice. So we'll have to check it out later and see what the deal is there. Okay, so what's going on with this edge? Okay, I'm going to grab, maybe we'll go a teeny bit. You know what, maybe I better not yet because we know that there's stuff under there that's going to be lighter, so I might have to wait until that's flattened to really be able to do that justice. But I do want to touch up the color here. Actually, I think I'm going to tone this down a little bit. Actually, let's do saturation and just drain it a little bit. Here we go. Okay. I kind of prefer the original. Do this to myself. I'm going to get in here though with my burn tool and burn this little bright spot. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate. I might warm it up just a tiny bit. I know that it was really warm, but it was splotchier before, making it. There we go. That's a nice warm. You know, when I put my babies on the moon, that's what color they are. Every time. So. Okay, so I'm going to save this and double check that. Oh, we're still at 99. Well, wait a minute. I'll be patient. And then I'm going to flatten it and save it as a different. Okay, yep, that saved at the right place. And now I'm going to flatten and save it as something different. Just in case I need to go back. Okay, so let's look at it as a whole, back up a little bit. And it's got like this ring we need to address. And let's see. Okay, so if I'm thinking what is going on with the light, it definitely needs to be a lower light because it's overall pretty low. I'm just going to go ahead and double duplicate this because it first up needs to be way darker. And then the contrast needs to be up. But I want to take that off the baby. And off the center here. Just give it kind of a nice roundness. And I'm going to, not too much. I'm going to darken, just trying to get rid of that edge. Okay. I'm going to merge those and duplicate. And then I'm going to work on just softening this edge with, I'm going to use Smudge Tool. I'm going to bring it up to, nope, that works. I can go a little bit more dramatic with these less descript elements. Just help them kind of blend a little bit. And here's a lighter spot. Seems like it's blending decently well. I'm not going to touch the stars because if I blend the stars, they're no longer going to be stars. Let's see, do we want to blend that? I worked so hard to keep that texture, and here we are blending it away. But I feel like it will go a little bit better. Just kind of in a swirly motion the way I would with a brush. And we'll make sure here a little bit that his little booty is sticking out. There we go. I'm so paranoid now if I hear a song that I know I've heard before, because I keep getting copyright warnings on YouTube, and I'm using Pretzel Rocks, and I'm using their YouTube filter. So I don't know what the deal is there. And then I have to mute that part. Speaking of YouTube and the fact that I don't have a bot yet, there's a brown situation going on here. I'm going to share my link because I have a sad YouTube channel. And I would love some more subscribers, followers, whatever they are on there. But I would love that because it's just getting off the ground as well. And let me know if you're a YouTuber or a streamer. Let me know, and I will always follow back. Somebody's cutting the grass. So I'm just going in a real circular pattern the way I would with oils. Whoops. And then we'll do something about this too. So I do want to go right over the edge of this. This still definitely has the prop edge. But I think we're starting to get there. Sad reflection is this song. I don't know what station I'm on, but it's a little bit dark. So there's before and there's after. And I don't know, there was some brush that I used years ago. And I used it, it was like a splatter brush, and I used it to draw freckles back on that had kind of gotten lost in the treatment process of the image. And I want to try to find that again. Maybe I can do some more painterly type stars so that, you know, the image is cohesive. So this is a real strong brush to use for skin, but I want to use it for the edge where I painted in some color already. You would think that I specifically stream when people are going to mow their grass. But I don't. It's unintentional. So I'm going to be real careful not to obscure his little face. And just go right along the edge. There is some color spillage in that cloud that I probably need to address at some point. And like around here, not hugely, not wildly important, but I want to make sure that it maintains its integrity as a body part. Yeah, my phone is busy. Okay, so before I go any further, I'm going to liquefy and bump his booty up a little bit, because this position, usually I put a little towel right under what would be his left knee and bump that booty up, and for whatever reason I didn't. I mean, this was 5 years ago, so things have changed a little bit. So I'll just give his booty a little bump here, just so that we can get that kind of heart shape. And I think I'm going to rotate the whole thing. So let's go back to 13. Seems like a good place to be. Just kind of giving those edges a little, just a little touch. And then just like I did at the beginning where I went in and kind of went over the shadows and stuff like that, I'll do that again. I mean, I don't really need to run my brush over every single surface because his skin is painterly already. But I want it all to be cohesive. And anywhere there's noise, that's what you run into with skin. If you run into a lot of noise, that's where the painterly techniques will really have a powerful impact. So what's everybody shooting this weekend? We're getting into wedding season for you wedding photographers. I had 400 little soccer players to photograph, and we got rained out already. It's so nice, though, to know that already, and we just rescheduled for next week. So no big deal. Here's a spot with some of the noise. We can just give it a little touch up. That's an eyebrow, but definitely want to be careful that I'm not obscuring any. I'm actually going to dodge that just a little so his little chin gets some attention. Beautiful little face. Okay, so now I need to go over the hair. And I want to make sure and go in the pattern, in the direction, just like I would with oil or acrylic. So if you are a photographer following along, be it pro or just starting out or hobby or whatever, do you also enjoy other art forms? So I was an art major in college and, dabbled in, I was actually, my concentration was in painting, and I started my studio as an oil portrait artist. What did I just do that for? Well, no idea. There we go. So what other mediums do you feel like have... I feel like I have tried to garner a lot of my style from paintings over other photographers, other, famous photographers or anything like that. And I have chosen to try to gather inspiration from great painters. And that's where a lot of... I had an entry in competition last year. It was also a bomb. I guess we're going to take a tour of my bombs. So, let's see here. I'll share that one. You win or you learn. And I learned. I learned. Okay, so this was supposed to be a little nod to Vermeer with the checkered floor that just I created out of nothing, and the paintings, and there were little nods. The title of this was Tired of Waiting, and so I had like the book for how to induce labor. I forget what I actually put on there. Inducing labor. Oh, this is very original. And the clock and the little angel like painting, and the expression was really, I wanted this to be a nod to Vermeer, and I guess either it was poorly executed or the judges were not picking up on my little hints. But regardless, it did not do well. I forget what it did. It came close. It didn't do terrible, but you eat first. To quote Ricky Bobby's dad, Talladega Nights, you eat first, you're last. And I was last. But it was still a fun project, and it was something way out of the box. Try some new techniques, and that's why I'm so excited about Twitch, because I can try some stuff that I wouldn't try for competition, and I wouldn't try on client work, but it's allowing me to get into my little notebook of ideas and and execute some stuff, like complete some stuff that I would not have otherwise gotten to. So thank you, Twitch. Okay. So I'm kind of picking at it, to be honest, and I don't really, I do see that I want to dodge that a little bit. Just give that toe a little, doesn't have a lot of shape right now. And then go a little bigger. And then a little bigger. Make sure that tummy gets some attention. Just a little. I can't stop the highlights on the little bridge of the nose and the cheeks on babies. It's just, I'm obsessed. I love it. Hey! Welcome to the party! Welcome, welcome, Bob. Hey, good to have you. Thank you for coming. I love it. Alright, we're experimenting with composites. Yay! I love a raid! Welcome. So this is what we've been working on. And as I back up, the first thing that I see is way too bright. And then I darken it, and then I go back. And then delete these, duplicate this, and save it as a new file. Yes, awesome. Good. I love a raid. Let's get a whole bunch of people in here and raid in a little bit when I'm all done streaming. That's so much fun. That's honestly like what had me hooked. Oh, very cool. Do you want to share your work? Can I call you Bob? I start to panic when I have to say people's names out loud, and I'm totally snobby about it when the Peloton instructors are like calling out the leaderboard names. I'm like, come on, just say them. And then when it's my turn to do it, I'm like, Okay. So let's see here. And I'm gonna do okay, I like that lighting much more. Yes, share your website. If you want to share your work, we'll take a look at it. Tell us some travel stories. I'm here for it. And then I'm gonna balance this just a touch. Now, since I lowered that so much, I do want to warm it back up because I drained the color. Here we go. All right, I think we're closing in here. Ooh, okay, let's take a look here. Let's take care of this. See what we got. Uh-oh. We just overloaded my internet. Okay, well, we might leave that. Oh no! What's going on? Maybe it's, it always opens up in, here, let me do this. I don't, what is that? The edge or whatever. It doesn't, I don't ever use it, so maybe it's mad at me. Maybe it's the, lawn mowing going on. Thinking about it. We'll just enjoy the music and the soft hum of Okay, I'm going to open it up on my phone because I don't know if that's my Frederico photography. What is your specialty? Oh, there, it's working on there. It says something with my website or with my internet. Oh, wait. There it is. It needs the www in front of it, and then it worked. It's probably, oh, so many wildlife photographers. Oh, okay. I had to check and see if you were near me because we've got some pretty sweet covered bridges in this region, but we are not any of those three. Let's see. Who has the best covered bridges? What's the verdict? Places. Okay. Ooh. Okay, where are we going? Oh, I kind of remember this. Or was this somebody? No, this was somebody else that did ghost towns. It was because they had their families. They weren't slides or the glass negatives or something like that, but that's pretty cool. Okay, where should we go? You guys drive the bus here. Iceland. I will take Iceland. Northern Lights. Yes, that is my that's on my photography bucket list. John Von Horsey. Love a pun. Gorgeous. One of my friends, her daughter is stationed in Iceland right now, and her pictures, or she was, and her pictures are just incredible. Beautiful. Oh, sheep. I'm trying to talk my husband into goats right now, purely for the photographic opportunities. I don't want to have to actually take care of them, but I've got a lot of kids. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. And I think I already followed you. But feel free to share your Twitch link as well. I need a bot. I need to get on that. Oh, look at that face. Oh, baby. It's not baby, but she's close. Oh, do I need to? Oh, wait, here. Okay, let's do this. I have to make sure that I'm spelling it right. I did not spell it right. To make sure that I'm spelling it right. I did not spell it right. There. Okay, now you don't have to hear me twice. Okay, what did I spell wrong? I know. I wonder if I should put. See, Flavio's got capitalization in there, and I feel like that would help because if I'm chatting on somebody else's page, they're like Elliot, like they just revert to. I feel like I spelled it right. What am I? Or is there an L? Maybe I need glasses. I've been very arrogant about not needing glasses. There we go. Okay, here. There we go. You keep having to hear me over and over. There you go. There you go. Everybody follow. I'll get there. I'll get there one of these days. Okay. I thought so, but I was trying to make it so that it didn't like so that you didn't have to hear me twice, repeating myself with feedback and stuff, but then you did. Not once. but twice. All right, so let's see here. If I want to add clouds or if I should look for the little speckle brush. Yeah, I like this a lot better though. And make sure that that is completely. Hey, thank you. And I'm gonna double check because I did that, and then no. Okay, it's gonna do it again. Why am I so bad at this? Okay, wait. I was gonna do it one last time. There, I wasn't following you, or maybe I was, and I just unfollowed and refollowed. Regardless, I am now. I'm everywhere. You can't get away from me. And I hope my mic is working okay, and then it's not super loud for some people because that would be really obnoxious. But when my husband and I first met, we met the first day of the first class of college. And we did not like each other because he thought I was too quiet. So, joke is on him. I thought he was a little bit arrogant. I won't tell you if I was right or not. In the best way. In the best way. All right, so I'd like to let's do an extra layer here and see if we can find that brush for, I super love the wet media brushes, but it's some kind of like special effects. Should we try that? Oh, well, that was easy. Okay, we can work with that. But let's do... Oh, thank you for stopping by. Yes. Come back. I'll jump onto one of your streams again. I appreciate it. That's a lot. That's maybe more than let's go back here. Let's all settle down. That's better, I think. You know what? That is better because we can kind of do... And then 1%, maybe not 1%. And let's erase at 100%. And then let's match a little. Is that even showing up? I don't even see that. I think that's probably a me scenario that's not showing up. There we go. All right, and then just in case, there we go. I'm liking it. I'm feeling good about it. Something a little different, a little magical. We need some magic for the weekend. What else do we have? Let's see that. What's happening? Let's do a new layer then so that I can see what I'm doing. Ooh, I like that one. Okay, and then we'll just erase away what we don't like. And then do a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. I'm on board here. Okay. We'll save this. Since it was already a number, I started saving it as a letter. So it's really out of left field for me. It's a big step, big deal. All right, and I'm going to save that. Okay, so we ended up not doing at all what I had planned, but that's good because and I actually didn't paint this image like I planned to. But we kind of did. Do we want to paint it a little more before we go? It's definitely got some gray. Let's try. You know what? I don't. I actually like it like that. So, never mind. All right. So we've got these other elements. We can do that one this weekend since we've got the pictures for it, and they're really just kind of snapshots. But one thing important that we got done was this image that I created for a client to tell their fertility journey, the story of their rainbow baby. And then I used it for competition, and I was waiting to do, they are printing it large for their wall, and I was waiting until it had gone through judging to be able to make sure that we didn't print it large, and then the judges pointed out something that I could fix, and it went through judging several times on to the big competition. And so I added these tags in because that was not for competition, that was just for her. And I want to one more time count, make sure there were 21. They had 21 losses before they had their beautiful little girl. And these are, so there were 21 forget-me-nots in the grass. She's carrying a bundle, and then 21 balloons that she's looking back at. And these two had specific dates that were different kinds of losses. And that's why the tags are in there. For competition, that's not something that they would be able to discern or understand, so it would just distract them. So that's why they weren't included. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, plus her. And they're kind of in a rainbow pattern for that reason too. So we've got those tags added today. I can get that sent to print. We got this. That was actually not even on stream. So just, you'll have to believe me. And then here is the little moon baby. Let's see who we've got, if we can raid. There are not that many of us, but there are no photographers that I'm following that are online right now. So unless you really like FIFA, which is also what I follow on here. I'm not a gamer. I'm like, if I play a game on here, it's going to be like Oregon Trail. But I do love soccer, so that I can follow along with. But I guess we won't worry about a raid tonight. And I'm planning on coming back. I've got the ghost image is what I'm calling it, but it's a mother and her children shot in water. And it was very overcast and dark and off camera lighting, all that good stuff. And then we'll also work on the composite start to finish for someone to watch over me, which was voted on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. Follow me. Please follow me on YouTube and Instagram, and of course on here. So thank you guys so much for being here. Have an amazing weekend, and I will deck in here either Saturday or Sunday late afternoon to get some composites done. Thank you so much for coming and for participating. Thank you, Flavio, and everybody else who stopped in. Have a good one. Bye.
That's why you my mommy. Please.